Hello, bartender, bar managers, hospitality professionals. Today I would like to talk to you about competition life and ordinary day working life behind the bar, and how these two are really connected more than you believe. And by showing you my point, actually more than one point today, I would like to show you a little video, and then we will deconstruct it, this together, just to show what I mean when I talk about competition world and bar working, let's say regular working day behind your shift. Okay, let me just find the video that I would like to share with you, and then we'll discuss it. Let's see.
I must commend yesterday, again, I sit down in my own business and I'm a client. And this morning I woke up and I looked over at my wife while I was having a coffee and I said, you know what? Sometimes I'm just so proud of my staff. I'm so proud of certain little things that happen. And you guys don't realize I'm watching you guys all the time. I am so infatuated by my people at the table. You would not understand how much I watch you guys go. And yesterday, I was sitting on 201 with my friend, and we were having dinner, and I looked up, and I saw Charlotte on 49. I don't even know if 49 was hers. And I looked at her as she listens to everything we say in life. She looks up from 49, makes eye contact with 72, who wants the bill, makes this sign, and Charlotte, while she's still on 49, told the guy, I got you, right? I got you. I was so proud at that moment. I was so proud because you know what that shows? It shows we're awake. It shows we're alert. It shows we're absorbing the environment around us, right? So I've always told you guys, don't play with your head down. You're gonna get run over. You're gonna miss life. When you're walking in the dining room and your head's down, you're missing out on life. Walk with your head up. Look, commend yesterday, again.
Okay, so here we are, and just using this video to show you how connected is your day-by-day work behind the bar and your competition world. Okay, sometimes I hear from bartenders saying I'm not a competition guy. You are, even if you don't know, you're not, and somebody else says, the world behind the competition is completely different from what I do every single day behind the bar, which is not, which is creating emotions and then making cocktails. Okay, so generating emotions first and then making cocktails. So what can we learn from the video that we just saw? It's an amazing restaurant from Canada, and if we just try to deconstruct what he says, he said at the beginning, I'm really proud of all my stuff. Okay, so be proud of yourself, taking the time to push yourself over the limits by attending to a cocktail competition, because not everyone has the balls to do what you're doing. Okay, so be proud of yourself, be proud of your decision to go beyond what is your comfort zone. It sounds like a cliche, but it's not. And also be proud. When he said, I'm really proud of my stuff, try and involve the rest of your stuff in the process of making that entry cocktail for that competition. That means by asking the rest of your colleagues, the rest of the staff in your bar, what you're doing, you are giving them power. Okay, so you're creating a kind of a series of team building activities with them, and as a result you will get, of course, some extra ideas for your performance, for your drinks, for your flavors, and anything that will help you in this competition. And also you will get even more respect from them. And the reason is you are really valuing their ideas. So you're really saying, I really would like to be part of this journey with me, and this will help you create and establish a tighter link with the rest of your colleagues. And you will see whatever will be the result of that competition, it won't matter, because you will have an even stronger connection with the rest of your colleagues because of you asking their opinions. Okay, so the second point, he said, I am watching you all the time. So we are deconstructing a video that I just showed you for those of you who just got into the live session now. So this restaurant owner said to their staff, just in a staff meeting before service, I'm watching you all the time. And that's what also happens during a cocktail competition, okay? So you really believe that the judges are watching you only when you are performing, when it's your turn to jump behind the bar. But it is not this way. Me, especially when I do judging in cocktail competition worldwide, I love watching the guys while they're preparing, how they behave with their colleagues, how they behave with the people that are behind the scenes, watching their glassware, making sure that they have the ice, making sure that all the tools are where they're supposed to be, if they have a shot before going on stage, if they swear. So you really believe that the judge is only looking at you when you are performing, but don't be fooled, because it's not this. It's not going to be like this. You're going to be watched all the time. I've had some really bad experiences lately on this with bartenders that were really rude with the staff, asking for things in a very rude manner. And this, for me, is not a winner. It's not a winning person. It's not a winning bartender either. Only thinking about showing the techniques that they've learned with the chimpanzee infused chashu or gin, or just thinking about the wow factor and not thinking about the people. Okay, so never forget that in cocktail competition, we judges and we mentors and brand ambassadors and even people in the audience even, okay? So they are not just looking for the liquid in the glass and a great bartender. They're looking for a potential genuine person that has the working and person maturity to become a potential ambassador of that brand worldwide. So that means I need to trust you as a human being, as show me the importance of feeling part of an amazing community, that is a bartending community. And you want to share the love worldwide, not only thinking about winning the competition, okay? So the first point was be proud of yourself, be proud of your staff. The second point was that the judges are not looking at you only when you're performing, but all the time. The third one that is really important to me, and the restaurant manager was talking about at the beginning of this video session. I'm going to leave these on the feed, so if you want to go back and having a look, you understand what I mean. When I finish with this live session, is talking about absorbing the environment, okay? And this is something that is so connected from your day-by-day work behind the bar and the competition world. So there's no such a thing as they are completely different, but for me, they are exactly the same, okay? So absorbing the environment. When you are behind the bar, you are like a DJ, okay? So you are absorbing the environment. You are really paying close attention at the room. Ciao Jorge, ¿cómo estás? Paying attention at the room like I'm doing now, okay? I'm paying attention to all of you guys to contextualize what I'm doing, what I'm saying. And you're not just making cocktails there. You are having a look if the music playlist is good enough for that particular time of the day in your bar. If the music is too, ciao Luca, benvenuto. If the music is too loud and people cannot talk, cannot have a good time, if there are more people entering the room and there is nobody at the hosting, for example. So it's all about absorbing the environment. And the same goes for absorbing the environment when you are in a competition, okay? So there are a lot of school of thought about should I rehearse? Should I learn my speech? Should I learn it by heart? Do I improvise this and that? And some of these school of thought said, I need to, grazie Luca, I need to improvise because this is my job, this is what I do every single day, so I improvise during the night and I will improvise here as well. But you know better than me, if you've done more than one competition, is that when you are behind the bar in a competition, it's a completely different game sometimes, depending on how mature as a professional and how mature as a person you are. So depending if you've done competition before, if it's the really first time you're doing competition. So there are a lot of variables. You might be distracted while maybe a judge is looking at you in the eye. Maybe you forgot one of the ingredients. Maybe you forgot one of the tools of the glassware, whatever. Okay? So how do you absorb the environment? And I will make a point here with my personal experience, okay? So the very first time I've been traveling the world and being on worldwide stages of bar shows, competition boot camps, preparing the national winners go to the global finals and stuff like that. At the beginning, I was really focused on my speech. Okay, so that means that whatever happens, if you lose the plot and if you get distracted, it's going to be a problem. Okay, and little by little, with experience, I started to understand that the more I prepared myself, the more I knew my speech, and even if I knew my speech, especially by heart, especially the beginning and the end, because these are the two things that most human beings remember the most for what is called the primacy and recency concept. There is a study on that we normally remember what we see and what we hear as a first thing on the list and the last thing, okay? So that's why it's very important to make a great lasting impression, the great first impression when you get inside a bar, and the same goes to a competition, okay? So going back to my point, if you know really well your speech, even if you know some of these the pillars of the speech by heart, that means that you can focus on other things, on absorbing the environment, okay? So I remember I was in Ireland giving a speech to 250 bartenders, and I knew one part of the speech so well that when I was actually saying the words, I could, I know it sounds a little bit scary here, but I could see myself from another Max. So another or myself looking at me and hearing what I was saying, okay? And everything that happens in the room, maybe there was a telephone ringing or a notification going on, or somebody else was maybe a little bit tired in the first row, was getting asleep. All these little things, you can only see them if you know your stuff so well that you can detach yourself from what you're saying, and you can really absorb the environment and contextualize your speech. So let's say you have part number 1, part number 2, part number 3. If I know it so well, and something happens in the room where the judges or the audience is cheering up, is applauding, I can stop, I can make a joke, because I know that part so well, and I can go back to my speech anytime, you know. So I'm not really agreeing for improvisation in competition. The only improvisation would be the fact that you know it so well that you can really then improvise by contextualizing on the time of the day, whatever happens in the room, maybe a joke from a judge or whatever happens, okay? So really absorb the environment, and the only way to do this is to prepare yourself to that. You need to, even if I wake you up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you need to tell me your speech, okay? And the last point that this restaurant manager was saying at the beginning of this live session today, and please, again, if you want to rewatch it, I'm going to leave this on my Instagram feed so you can watch it back. He was saying, don't play with your head down, okay? And this is, hi Nishmi, how are you? Don't play with your head down, okay? Otherwise, you're going to miss on life. And that's exactly what happened during the service. There is a lot of bartenders that really, they think like they are only alchemists, and they are just with their heads down, not looking at what's happening in the room. Maybe that customer that is at the counter at 1 meter away from him, so really close, he doesn't even pay attention if he's about to ask for another round of drink, if he wants the bill, if he wants to ask where is the toilet, if the music is too loud and he can talk with his friend, okay? So never work with your head down. You are a DJ in that room, okay? So you're making cocktails, but you're creating emotions, you smiling to people, you introducing one guest to another one right at the counter, maybe so they can start talking. They don't realize if they may be waiting too much or too long to have a cocktail, maybe on Saturday night because you're a full house. And the same thing, yes, we are ninjas, absolutely ninja. The same things goes when you are in a cocktail competition, okay? If you're just playing with your head down, you're not noticing maybe that, I'll give you an example, maybe that judge has just finished his welcome water and maybe wants some more. So maybe you can contextualize, go back and pour a little more water. Or maybe there is, I don't know, maybe there is a comment from the audience, or maybe something happens in the room, and if you're just head down, you're not noticing what's happening, you miss the chance to personalize your performance to what's happening in the room. And again, this takes me back to my previous point, which is, hey Arish, how are you? Thank you. This, you see, I'm absorbing the environment, okay? So I'm talking, I know what I need to, what are the points I'm going to make today. I'm listening to you, to your comments, and going back to my points. And that's exactly what I want you to do in a competition and when you are in your day-by-day job behind the bar. So, as I was saying, if you are not working with your heads down, you looking at the environment, you see what's happening, you can personalize your performance. But why? And I mean, how you can personalize the performance if you are so attached to your speech? Because maybe you haven't rehearsed your speech that much, okay? Or not even only that speech, but also your movement, okay? So what are you going to say when you are grabbing that bottle? What are you going? What kind of emotion you want to transmit when you are maybe posing with your main brand on your hand and making eye contact with the judges. Okay, so again, you can personalize your performance and you can absorb the environment only if you are 3000% prepared on your speech, on your movement, and you need to go through this all over and over and over again. So even if you get stopped by a comment from the judge, you can go back to your point in a matter of seconds. Okay? So, okay, and I'm back. So the main point of this video today, it was just showing you how similar is the day-by-day work behind the bar and attending a cocktail competition. Okay, so as I was saying at the beginning of this live session, I showed you a video, so I'm gonna leave this live session recording on my Instagram feed so you can watch it back, so you can go back to that video. There was a restaurant manager who was having a staff meeting right before going starting the service, and I wanted to show you how close your day-by-day work behind the bar it's to a cocktail competition. So there's no such a thing as a competition is one thing and your bartending job, career, profession, service is another, because they are strictly connected. And I wanted to do it through deconstructing what this restaurant manager said and making my fourth point. So the first one was be proud of yourself, be proud of your staff, use your staff and connect with the rest of the staff to create that cocktail for that competition, so you can also leverage the respect from the rest of your colleagues, show them that you really are interested about their ideas and their judgment. The second one was about now I can't remember. The second one was about making sure that you absorb the environment. Okay. The third one was that the judges are watching you all the time, not only when you are performing. And the last one was never work with your heads down, not behind the bar and not even behind the competition, because you want to see what's happening in the room. Be a DJ that day in that room, like you are a DJ during your work behind the bar. You're watching the crowd, the music, the temperature, people getting in, people asking for the menu, people wanting the bill, and this and that. So as you can see, bartending competition and the day-by-day work behind the bar are so connected, and I really encourage you to push yourself over the limits, get even more creative, study new concepts, new techniques, and use these into cocktail competition. You will see that you will start changing as a human being when it comes to charisma, when it comes to confidence, when it comes to the speed that you will have in exploding a brand new concept, on working on a story or working on a combination of ingredient. You will see that this will be really helpful. So be part of a competition, attend a competition. This will really help and speed up the process of you becoming a better professional. I've created, if you still not part of it, on my Instagram biography, there is a link for you to join a free cocktail competition ninja community. There is a Facebook group, a secret Facebook group. So when you click, please wait a few seconds. The page is a little bit slow, sorry for that. You're gonna get into a page when you need to leave your email. then you will get redirected to another page with all the instruction to how to get inside this free cocktail competition ninja community. And also you will get within 10 minutes also an email with the same information on how to get into this group. Also double check in your spam, or if you have a Gmail, check in the promotion tab, okay? So the free cocktail competition ninja community Facebook group by clicking on the link in my biography here on Instagram, okay? So be part of the free community. There is a lot of the information in there, and as I continue to travel the world, as I continue to judging global competition, everything that I learn, I'll put it in that group. You're gonna have so many surprises, so it's not gonna only, into brackets, only see the information that are in the group right now, but there's gonna be implemented more and more over the next few weeks, few months, few years, okay? Be part of the Ninja community. Watch this replay again to understand every single point. Take notes, and I hope to see you inside my free cocktail competition Ninja community website. Thank you so much, Stefan. We've got a comment here. I would like to share this with you. Let me just read it. Thank you, Max, for the comment that you create. It helps me a lot to make me more comfortable with myself when I'm preparing for cocktail competition. Thank you so much, Stefan, for sharing this. I hope this will be helpful also in your day-by-day job, because this is the main point is to make you all better professional. And guys, I was, and I'm still am, very introvert, really kind of a shy, timid person, okay? And cocktail competition really helped me kind of overcome this. It didn't come from day to night. It takes a little bit. It's just a matter of practicing. At the beginning, when you were practicing your shaking, stirring, or throwing, you were not as good as today, right? So for me, it was the same. And by practicing confidence, by practicing charisma, by practicing the love of being this amazing bartending community and the love of sharing information, that's really change you as a professional, okay? Another last tip that I would like to share with you, it's a lot of bartenders ask me, how do you get past that kind of anxiety, okay? There are a lot of techniques, but one of the techniques that I would like to share with you very quickly, and then I'll let you go to your prep in your bar, whatever you're doing, is to, first of all, find a kind of competition that is aligned to you, that resonates with you. Also, a kind of brand inside that portfolio that resonates with you. Also, maybe find a competition that has a concept that is aligned with you, okay? Or even looking at ingredients that tells a little bit of a story about you. And the reason why I'm asking you not to compete in every cocktail competition, but try to find the one, ciao Filippo, try to find the one that are more aligned to you, is because when you align yourself with, and you feel connected to that particular competition or that particular spirit or that particular ingredient or that particular story that you created for that competition, if you really are connected, when you talk, you will find yourself that you will be talking with your heart. Okay, so it's not just another speech that you are creating to try and win a competition, but you will be talking with your heart, because that story is a true story. That ingredient is really as a connection with you. That particular concept, you were attracted to that particular concept of that particular competition because you feel a little bit of yourself inside it. So when you talk about these things that are really close to your heart, it's like when you talk to a person that's really that maybe you are in love with, or you are talking about how good is your friend to another person. When you talk about something that is really connected to you and talking to your heart, with your heart, you will see that the fear and the anxiety will start to be less and less, because you feel you will be more connected to that feeling that is coming from your heart, and the fact that you want to explain this to another human being, in this case the judge, that you forget about that now you are in a competition, because you are so connected to what you're talking about, and you will see that your fear will start to go away. Okay, so find something connected, a speech, an ingredient, a spirit, a concept of a competition, and you will see that when you're preparing your speech and when you talk with your heart, you will feel less anxious, because you will be distracted about the message that you want to transfer to the other person on the other side of the counter. Exactly like you do on a Saturday night when the bar is full of people with the customers on the other side. Okay? So prepare, attend for a competition. Remember that the day by day work behind the bar and the day in a competition is a completely the same thing. It's just a matter of performing, practicing before performing, and finding something that is aligned with you. I hope you enjoy going back to to my channel to see the replay of this video, and also be part of my free Cocktail Competition Ninja community by clicking on the link in my biography here on Instagram at Max La Rocca Tribe. Thank you.